Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to do part 2 of the flowers I cut from my garden. Last week we did part 1. We painted snapdragons, sunflowers, and sweet peas. And so this week we are going to paint some cosmos, another sunflower, and maybe a zinnia. So I hope you guys enjoy. So last week, I didn't even tell you guys what paper I was using, but I'm using the hot press paper as I typically do here on my channel. And I did share the brush I was using, and we'll use the same brush again today. Sceptor Gold 2 by Winsor & Newton, size 8. And here is last week's painting. Isn't it so pretty? I think this would look cute framed. You could put it in a little frame and set it on your little nightstand or hang it on the wall. I think that would look pretty too. So I should change out my water because it is quite filthy. So I'm gonna grab a new cup and get some more water. Okay, I have been known to use pretty nasty water when painting, but it is the best to change it and have clean water every time you start. So paper, let's get our flowers here. I am going to paint this sunflower. Let me see if I can pull it out. It's just super tiny. Let's move this guy over here. And I think I'm gonna paint these cosmos. These are called cupcake cosmos. They're so pretty, like super, super pretty. And we're gonna do this zinnia. These zinnias have been super short, but have been so pretty to just like fill up the garden so the weeds don't fill up the garden, you know. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with, let's see here. These are all kind of bright. I didn't even think that through. I wasn't planning to match, but let's do the zinnia first. Okay. I think I'm gonna tone down the color. Well, maybe not. No, I don't think so. We're gonna go with that color. So, I see some permanent rose. Actually, mostly permanent rose. There's a little bit of darker around the edges. But for the most part, I think we're gonna do permanent rose. Okay. Zinnias are super easy to paint. Just press your brush down and pull up. I'm trying to use less water since I want to add a center in. Some of my petals are a wee bit wide, but I think that's all right. While we let that dry a little bit, before I let that dry, I'm gonna add in some darker along the edges. I'm just gonna add some black, tiny bit of black to this pink, and go in around the edges and add that in a little bit more. If your paint is already dry and you didn't use a lot of water, you might have to go in and re-wet it. Like some of these, I'm gonna go back in with that pink and just kind of add in more pink. There we go. I forgot the one petal there. Okay, now let's do the green. I am using sap green mixed with lamp black and some tiny bit of burnt umber, but not a lot of burnt umber at all. And let's see. I'm definitely painting the front view like as if you're looking at it like this. Actually, that's perfect. Do you see that? So that's kind of how I'm painting it. Probably not entirely realistic how the flowers are, I guess from a top view down maybe, but we get to do our own thing in art, don't we? Let's see. Adding in those leaves. I'm going to skip this stem just because I don't feel like I have room. But if you have room, then please, by all means, add it in. Okay. And if you notice here, there's this this was really wet and this has dried already. That is because of the paper. It is hot press paper, and so it does not absorb as much, or it absorbs differently than cold press paper, which I really like. I feel like it adds character to my paintings and it just adds some whimsy and interest. Okay, yellow ochre burnt umber paint, and we're going to go back in and do the center. And I'm actually going to add some burnt umber and black as well. Adding a bit more yellow. Okay, that's our zinnia. Okay, let's move on to the cosmos. Okay. This one I haven't really thought through because it's super pretty. I'm going to paint this side only, and not doing this side, or not doing this stem right here. Actually, maybe I'll clip that off. Okay. Let's put that in the water. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, white is always, I love painting white flowers, but they're never really true white, because white is the absence of color, but there's some yellows, even some purple, gray. So my favorite way to do white, which I need some more space on my palette, so wiped off that paint. I'm going to take some yellow ochre, add in a tiny bit of lamp black, and now we're just going to really water it down. A little more black. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. This one is like, see all these frills of the flower? Like, honestly, just move your brush like that, but try to stay in a circle. I've got a little out of the circle there, but if it helps, you can draw a circle, and then it'll be easier to stay within that circle. But flowers are never true circles either, so it's okay if they're not true circles. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, let's add in the center while it's still wet. Lemon yellow, and we're going to do, oh, that was yellow ochre, but we're going to do yellow ochre and lemon yellow. This is a little more of a bright yellow. Okay, far too much into my flower. Paper towel to the rescue. We're gonna have to redo some of that. All right, back to fixing that a bit. All right, good as new. A smaller brush might be helpful in this. If you have a hard time controlling your brush, I'm gonna let that dry just a little bit before I continue to add in the yellow. But we're gonna go back, we're gonna do the greens now. We're going to do sap green, a little bit of lamp black, burnt umber, more sap green to give it a brighter green. And let's see here. Trying to think here. All right. We're gonna come down. I'm gonna adjust the stem a little bit. I love Cosmos and how they have these as leaves. I think it's just so whimsical and wild and free. Maybe that's because that's how I want to feel. This has got this little bud there. And we'll add some yellow in there. Again, if a smaller brush would be helpful, then please feel free to switch. Okay, up here, I'm just gonna add these a little bit in here. Add some more over here. Guy's a little lonely. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the center and add, see how it has these dark spikes from the center of the flower? I'm gonna add those in, just a few. Didn't get enough on my brush. All the way around. Then I'm gonna add in some more yellow. Little dots. Okay, ooh, yeah, that's so pretty. Okay, that was the Cosmos, the cupcake Cosmos. And now we're doing the sunflower, the traditional yellow sunflower. This one doesn't really have any leaves, but we'll add a leaf to make it fun. Lemon yellow for sure for the leaves. And I'm going to mix in just a tiny bit of yellow ochre. But as you can tell, I'm trying to get a lot of lemon yellow here. Adding a tiny bit of yellow ochre. Okay, making my brush loaded with water and paint. Just press and pull up on your brush. Sunflowers are super easy and beautiful to paint. It's kind of like making leaves, except making it yellow, making them in yellow. All right, green. Same green that we used for the Cosmos. We're just gonna come in here, make a stem, and we're gonna make one large leaf. And I almost think that's all I'm gonna do on the leaves end of it. Yeah, let's just do the one single leaf. And then we're gonna do the center. This is brown, and so we're going to mix together lamp black with burnt umber. And we're gonna go in and just kind of dot. Now be careful if your yellow is still wet. See how it's kind of bleeding? I think when it bleeds, the end result is really pretty, but sometimes it can bleed too much. Ooh, that's really cute. Okay, that's it. Guys, that's it. I mean, I think I could come back in and give the zinnia and the cosmos, and even after this is dry, give them more layers. But I kind of like just the one layered look, although I think I'm going to come back in and do the zinnia a little bit more. Give it another layer. So we're going to go back, get that permanent rose, just a tiny bit of lamp black, and come back in. Flowers over there. When we come in and we just add that tiny bit, it just gives it another dimension instead of having it look so flat. I don't think I'm going to do anything on the leaves since it has all those different variations, but the flower itself, I think, could have used something kind of like last week's, the snapdragons. When I came in and did the second layer on some of these, I think it does add just a tiny bit of dimension. Okay, back to cupcake. Cosmos. A little bit of black, some yellow, ochre. Let's see how we can... This one will be just more about adding in some shadows and, again, just giving it some depth. Really, that's what the second layer is just adding shadows. You want to add the shadows. In watercolor, we work from light to dark. So, I see a smudge there, but no big deal. So the second layer is typically always to add in your dark, like your shading. Adding some more dark there. Going back with this. Ooh, don't bleed too much. Yeah, that's what happens, but it's okay. Fixable, for sure. Okay. This one, still pretty wet, but I'm going to try to come in. I'm adding a little bit of lamp black to darken it up. Oh yeah, I don't like that. Let's try again. Add quite a bit of lemon yellow. I should have had burnt umber instead of black. That was wrong. Did not think that one through. Oh yeah, that's better. Just giving it some more dimension. Oh yeah, I like it. Okay. I think that's it. Oh wait, I keep forgetting. Seeing one more thing that I need to do, but that's the perks of watercolor. Okay, I do think this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and enjoyed the little quick, no thinking type of watercolor that I often do when I'm not sure what to paint. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you guys try it in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.